Welcome everyone to our Q&A sessions. We are very happy to have you here for this opportunity to explore questions that may have come up during the retreat. This conversation can be such a very valuable way to deepen understanding and correct more personality with the teaching. Thank you for joining us at the ACI Fire House, and we begin right now. Let's enjoy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, Hal. Yeah. Okay. All right, so this is really your time. We don't have anything planned except I have things I need to say, which I will weave into answers. But I'm very honored to be up here with these amazing teachers. So please ask it can be about anything. It can be about the content. It can be about your personal practice. It could be about someone else's problem. And, definitely everyone online, please put your questions in the chat as well. Don't be afraid. And if you don't speak English, put it in your own language. And we will translate that very easily. All right. Let's go. Don't waste our time. Don't waste your time.
Who has a question?
Let's go here. Yes. Yeah. Hurry up. Microphones.
Thank you for this course. Thank you for the opportunity to ask questions. And this is the question I've had for a while, and I didn't find the answer. So thank you for this opportunity. So I have a question about seeing emptiness directly. And I still didn't, I had Foundation Course 6, but I still didn't find the correlation between seeing emptiness and bodhicitta, like how it's connected. Because for me, like seeing empty, and why I'm asking that, because like people are asking about my past and about my goal and about like seeing emptiness directly. And when I explain them that you see emptiness directly, and then you have this like experience with seeing everyone and have this ultimate love, they ask me why, how it's connected, and I don't have an answer for that. So this is my question for you. Thank you.
In my mind, I connect them based on the fact that they see them strictly is by taking care of others. That's the highest thing we can do, is serve others. And all bodhicitta is the realization of those thoughts, those words, and those deeds that have been focused on others. So by understanding, the wisdom behind why we take care of others, which is so that we can achieve those highest goals, we realize a state of bodhicitta, the mind of bodhicitta, because that's what we've been doing. The luminous image is forced based on what we've been focused on. What do you think?
Yeah. Are you familiar with the bodhisattva levels, or at least the language? That there's these 10 levels, and there's a debate. They say that, and there's these motivations. There's sort of, Geshe Michael calls this planet jumper, going from planet to planet. This experience of seeing these people, the mom, your father, that experience after seeing emptiness directly with love in your heart, really. And then today I spoke about, my own motivation. To be honest, I was like, I'm kind of on a path to nirvana. And we happen to be in this sort of Mahayana, great vehicle, love path. And so the teachers, especially in the steps on the path, and Jetson Kappa and Losong Shuki Gelsen, they're always making sure that that's our highest motivation all the time. Still, though, I was on my own little personal path. And so there's a debate. When you see emptiness directly, you reach the first bodhisattva level. right? But people of lower motivation can also see emptiness directly, and they don't get bodhicitta, right? Also, so that's the because in order to be a Buddha, you have to see emptiness directly. And if we like sort of reverse engineer that, that means we have to have the experience of the luminous image. That means we have to have the experience of getting hot. That means we have to be, remember yesterday I said, we're serving, we're studying, we're meditating for an hour. What was the, yeah. So Geshe Michael would always say, look, you're eventually going to have to get there. Why go all the way and see emptiness directly and then have to start all the way back in the beginning? Like, do yourself a favor and focus on love now. That's sort of been the theme. What do you think? You? She has so much love in her heart all the time. She always looks like she's about to burst into tears when you talk to her.
Well, I think it's a good question. Thank you. I'm thinking about the bodhicitta and the steps to the 12th. The Lojong, if you start to work in the Lojong and the 12 steps, for me, the most difficult is the equanimity. Because if you start thinking in all the people, like maybe it could be your mother, or maybe it could be your son or your daughter, is the most difficult thing for me to practice. Because where you find somebody in the street or in your job, your boss or your partner or wherever, and it's like, I don't know, angry with you, and you're mad about the person, and you have to think about, oh, maybe I have to be more compassionate and think about, like, maybe, I don't know, I have to take about their emotions, their mind, their self. So, for me, is my goal in my practice, think about the equanimity and meditate on that. And there's many meditations that I love to practice in my daily practice about the meditation. The equanimity is, I don't know, my goal to practice, to like reaching the mind of the bodhicitta. Well, I'm sorry about my English, but and my
your English is amazing. Yeah.
If you guys don't want to answer.
So I'm going to throw out a question that you all can debate around this. So Rob said that you can see emptiness without having the experience of without bodhicitta, right? You can just on the lower track see that, and then you have to go back and do all these things, right? I have a question. This is for you to take to the debate ground. If you saw perfectly that everything is coming from you, right? You first had chuchok, right? You saw the luminous image, and then you went into that deep meditation, and you saw and you were perceiving emptiness directly, which would be the emptiness of the self, right? And you came out of that experience, and you understood perfectly that each and every single one of you is coming from me. Could you not have bodhicitta? How could it be possible that you don't have that? How could you perfectly understand? This is my debate question, right? In the scriptures, it does say that you can see emptiness directly without having bodhicitta. But my debate question is, if you understood it perfectly, how could you not take care of other people perfectly? They are coming from you, right? Now, then this is how now you can take that debate and kind of sort it out. Like what maybe there is a technicality that I'm missing here. So you can think about that. You want to add something? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, why don't we give two?
So it's
What we're gonna do here is we're gonna put one microphone over. Oh, you got enough. Okay, we have enough. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's remind me. Seiju and me have a conversation last year in one of the mixed in Stanley's house, and he's translating the life of Bodhisattva way of life, and he struggled with the idea about bodhicitta because he say, even I love every being in the whole world, but I hate one guy, and I say I don't want to take care of him, and then you don't have any bodhicitta. And this is a really good thing to thinking about it. I would like to say, I totally support your idea. When you see the pot on the stove, you naturally want to support everyone. But there's another thing that Rosalia, mentioned about is 7 effect and result. And when you reach to the end, you have the motivation. You want to become a superhero, so you can help every living being. And if you bring that into your motivation and see emptiness directly, I would like to say after see emptiness directly, and you all the qigong into the zhongmai, the central channel, then you naturally is going to see all the customer in the future. Customers? Yeah, customer, because you are going to serve everyone, right? So you are, oh, this customer is my mother now, my brother. So it's really, really, I don't know, amazing. But yesterday I have another debate with one wonderful new friend about the time and the space. How can you see those people or being in 20 minutes?
Maybe time and space is empty of nature too. It's another luminous image.
Are we debating up here?
Yes.
Because, can I throw something in again?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we were talking about the luminous image, and so you're seeing the luminous, for the example with the pot and the stove, you're seeing the luminous image of the pot in your mind, right? And then you're seeing the emptiness of you. But you didn't see the seeds which created the luminous image technically.
Which one?
The one that created a luminous image. You just saw a picture, right? But because only a Buddha can see the subtle workings of seeds, they say. So technically, you're seeing a picture, and then you're seeing the emptiness of you. But, and I'm just talking about like a lower motivation. And they say, I believe it's in the steps in the path, that this monk or something reaches nirvana, and a Buddha comes. They say a Buddha comes to slow down. Oh yeah, a Buddha comes to wake them up, and they're just like, everything's cool. Remember we were doing the surfing? It's all good. You know, they're in nirvana, and the Buddha's like, man, you're amazing, and he's like, thanks. He's like, you're like this light in the world. And he's like, I know. He doesn't say that, but just story. I'm embellishing the story. Embellish means to make up a little. I learned this from cutting. So, and they're like, yeah, you're like amazing. He's like, oh man, I am amazing. And he like looks and he's like, a Buddha is an infinite number of those lights. And he's like, not only that, you promised when you took refuge that you would, and you took your bodhisattva vows, that you were going to help all living beings. So, time to get to work. So that's from scripture.
Can we take a question online? Because we'll continue to debate the whole time up here.
There was one about starting a school, educational.
Well, I want them to, because they're going to read through everything. Yeah.
Okay. So we have, I need here. Here. There we go. Sorry, we have Sandra asking, hello, thank you very much for reading my question. A couple of months ago, I went through a kind of breakdown in my spiritual practice because I felt I couldn't balance all the practices with my life responsibilities. At the same time, my company went through a very damaging period and I had to dedicate most of my energy to work. Since then, I found it difficult to balance study and practice. It's not only about time, but about mental energy. When I take on many responsibilities, I feel intellectually exhausted, and it becomes very hard to study or reflect deeply. My question is, how can we sustain an authentic spiritual practice when my professional life requires so much of my mental energy and I feel tired?
Can I start with that?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I came onto this path late in life, 45, and I was running my own business. I was a single mom. I had a couple kids, 9 dogs, a couple horses, a mule, very busy, and completely enraptured with this new focus on worldview, something completely new. And I was captured literally by the thought of enlightenment for all beings in all worlds. It caught me just instantaneously. So I set myself up to be very pressured and very stressed out and very conflicted with my choices of activities. And I felt demands pulling at me from left, right, and center. And how to, be involved in a Sangha that teaches so rigorously. We have an Arya at the helm. In-depth studies. Every weekend, every day, there's, some kind of teaching going on. And, I had kids. I had my own company. I had my life to take care of, which was already full. And it took me, I'm going to say, probably 15 years to figure out that, all of this other activity is practicing the Dharma and what I'm teaching. We're being given tools, to fill up that tool belt somebody was talking about, Mark Salustro's toolbox, to do every single job. And with the passing of time, I found, I could pick the tool that was going to support my level of activity and required focus. And it wasn't expected of me to practice everything that was being taught to me. Once the dust settled and the flurry settled of trying to add another high-intensity time commitment to my life, I realized, this is to support that level of productivity by selecting what fits, as Geshe-la's been talking about, what size gene fits my lifestyle, what size gene fits, being a mom or being a business owner. And I think the other thing that helped me was realizing the scale of what we're doing. We've been going through this cycle of suffering since beginningless time. And I always appreciate hearing from our teacher that if we were 1,000 feet away with a bow and arrow, shooting it across the field, the tip of our arrow, our evolution, our enlightenment, is touching the target, Considering how many lifetimes we've been trying to learn kindness, just pull the pressure off. Don't expect so much of myself so that I'm going to feel frustrated and anxious. That's not the point of studying what we're studying. Take a couple deep breaths and be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Don't have such expectations to be perfect today and master every one of those tools that we've been so generously gifted. So yeah, be kind to yourself.
So, could you guys put this picture up, please? Can you spotlight the guy that I asked you to spotlight from the? Where did he go? He's on the bottom left. That guy. And then put him on the screen, please. And then put him up.
That's one. Whoa.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys figure that out. So, you all saw the picture, right? There he is. There we go. Okay. We're going to get him up there.
Hi, Sandra.
Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Okay. So look. I almost added the spotlight. It was right there. Something weird's going on. Anyway, so when I was listening to your question, I looked down and I saw this guy. And whomever made this picture, I want it. Please send this picture to me. You know, Rob and I have talked about this significantly, actually. You know, there's so many things to do, right? There's so many practices. There's life. We have our families. We have our work. We have our responsibilities. We have our commitments, right? And both of us last year had very difficult times. We actually basically broke down because we were doing too much. And it manifested differently for each of us. And, you know, Rob and I have very different personalities, but we both share this drive just to keep pushing through. Oh, we can just do it. One more thing, one more thing, one more thing. One more ask from our teacher. You know, we're going to get there. We just keep pushing through, keep pushing through, keep pushing through. And we have to remember that the bodies that we have they're not, I don't know who you all are yet, or who you are, you might seem to be, but our bodies need to be taken care of. In fact, at the highest level, we have commitments to take care of our bodies. We're not supposed to not take care of our body because this is the vehicle, this mind, this what was that word in the like the goo? What was that word this morning from? What's that? Goo. No, like there was like the. Goo. So I said the word goo, right? Like our bodies are just this like massive liquid and guts and blood and bones and nerves and all these things, as well as some subtler things as well. And you know, one of the things that I've been doing, and in fact, one of my other good friends, he's not here right now, we had the same conversation last night, is about how do we know when we're doing too much? Because what happens to a lot of people, I see it, I saw it in myself, is that being a bodhisattva can become an affliction. Hey guys, can you guys please whisper in the back? Thank you. Oh, you're translating. Oh, they're translating. Okay. Can we get her? Oh, never mind. Okay. So, by the way, we have Starlink up in the Lama House if we need extra bandwidth somewhere. So, being a bodhisattva, if you're like, I have to just take care of more people, I have to do more things, I'm going to knock this over. And then you burn yourself to the ground, that's not being a bodhisattva, right? Now, what happens when you already have all these commitments, right? Like, you're trying to incorporate more things, but then you have children and you have family and you have work and you have all these things and you're trying to make money, all these things, right? you know, that's why, what did Geshe Michael say yesterday? Does anyone remember?
Have fun.
Have fun.
No, not just, no, besides having fun.
Donate to.
Donate to 5 houses.
Yeah.
No. He was talking about the original intention of the Diamond Way courses was for whom?
For us.
The New Yorkers.
Busy people.
For the busiest freaking people who are
Yeah.
the most type A, get shit done, go people. Like royalty, that's what they do, right? Like, fucking right. And treat yourself that way. Both ways, like go take care of other people and treat yourself like royalty, right? And that also means taking care of this body, taking care of this mind, right? Because with wisdom, it's not an obsession. It can be like this, like laying at Diamond Mountain, looking at the stars at night. Guys, look at this. Please go out and look at the stars. You have an opportunity. Look up at Sirius. What is out there? There's so many beings out there that need us, but don't get stuck in your in an obsession, right? Planting good seeds, don't make your seed planting an obsession. Don't make it an affliction. When you do it with wisdom like this, you know, I want this, I'm putting it on my phone. And we should sell t-shirts like this. We should sell little, this is the mascot of the 5 houses.
Wow. What house? Just the mascot?
No, this is the overall mascot.
Nice.
Okay. But seriously, that's my,
We
don't
could sell them.
learn to know what your limits are, learn to where it's too much. It's no shame in taking a break. There's no shame in saying, I'm going to go take a nap. There's no shame in saying, if you have the right view, you are taking care of other people.
That's, I can go pretty hard. I was brought up an athlete, and I only had 1 month off a year, or 3 weeks, in August, which I had no sports. So that's just the way I've been brought up my whole life, and I don't really have an off button. Tim and I were on the beach in San Diego. He's like, "You relaxed?" I was like, "No." Every day, "You relaxed?" I go, "Tim." He's like, "What?" I go, "I think I just relaxed for 1 minute." And so actually I did have so Sandra, thanks for the question. Thanks for asking that and being vulnerable enough, because I don't think I knew to ask for a break, or I didn't want to. And so I am now forced to take off Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I don't know what to do with myself. Geshe-la's like, he will not call me, he won't text me. He texted me on Tuesday though. And he's like, "You want to come to the house?" I was like, "Yeah." And I didn't tell him it was Tuesday. But it was hard, right? In San Diego, it was really hard. I went to the doctor. I hadn't had this before. And so I take off Tuesdays and Wednesdays. He said somewhere along the way, maybe you'll develop something. So right now I'm in this strange, I don't know what to do with myself. 2 days, I can't. And when you're away for 30 seconds from Geshe Michael, 92 projects start. It's unbelievable. I turned away to hand something to someone, and I turned back, and Xiaoping was planning an event, and I was like from here to here. And I was like, whoa, what are you talking about? Sorry to speak so fast, but so I hear you, and it's real. And luckily, I have friends, and that's why I included that in the what was the word again for finding a teacher? Identifying a teacher. And I included your friends, because we just need friends to lean in on, you know what I mean? And so practically, you got to take time off, friends, and the doctor tells you to do something, you do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think sometimes we are very strict with ourselves, and we see our activities or our job, our work, our, I don't know, in the house, like a mom, like a boss, whatever. And you say that never is enough. Whatever you do, never is enough. And I start to practice like thinking about the enjoy effort,
Joyful effort.
Joyful effort. Yeah. And this was very, very good for me to change my mind to see the other part, what I did, and I celebrate and rejoice about it, because like Kat said, the perfectionism with ourselves all the time, thinking about never is enough, is not good, because this is the way that we maybe can burn our, well, that's it.
Yeah, I just have to say this is exactly how young people get old.
Wait, who?
Next question in the room here.
Thank you for opportunity to ask a question. What is the correlation for becoming a good ACI teacher?
What kind of teacher?
ACI teacher.
ACI teacher.
The what?
Define what is the bad.
Sorry, can I
Yeah.
repeat? What is the correlation for becoming a good ACI teacher?
I think Geshe in the day one, he say, if you are here, you are responsible to share what you are here and what you know to other people. So nobody become ACI teacher without teaching anything before. So I think you can start to teach and start to share what you know to other people. And the other thing is to copy the way Rob did. He wants to become the living example. He wants to live in that teaching. So encourage other people to teach, or you can invite other people to teach together. Then you also plant the seed for that. Because I remember, I'm not an ACI teacher, but a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, when I first heard Geshe's teaching in Taichung, Taipei, then the minute after the DCIG event, I'm so excited to share what I know to other people, because I see this as a goal, and I want to share with other people. So I think ACI teacher is a label. Also good to have an ACI teacher, but you can start with the 0 to 1, because you don't need that title to share to a little group of people. This is what I did with Emily. We just start from one person and 2 people in the coffee shop, and we are so excited. We don't need to expect for 10 people to come, and we just keep talking, keep talking. And I think that is the seed for me and Emily to keep involved in the teaching and keep her healing. Amazing teacher having the teaching in over past 12 years. I think one day you will definitely become an ACI teacher if you keep planting the seed and living in that example.
I believe the courses are sort of like a circling around online. Oh, what was that? Why did everybody do that?
Auction. Little auction.
What did I miss? All these guys online, they were raising their hands.
They just want to ask more questions, but we're not done yet.
Oh, they want more questions. My bad. My bad means... I learned this today. I used too much lingo. My bad is like, oh, my fault. I apologize. Deeply. Oh, venerable one. I believe, and Tim could probably answer. I believe in Ale, right? Is she Ale here? Oh, the other Ale, Hasso. Not Juan Hasso's partner.
Don't start rumors.
There are courses circling around. I see Gelse, I don't know if Edible Academy was on there, but I'm on the email list. So I see Tim, people are constantly teaching. Did you ask what is the seed, or how do I go about becoming an ACI certified? The seed. Yeah. I would volunteer all the time, personally. I showed up, and I was just like, I just brought apples to the Sangha, actually. I didn't know what to do. I'm a New Yorker, Irish kid, American as can be, grew up Catholic. I don't know about this stuff, but I thought it was so cool. So one day I brought apples, and then the next day I wrote a letter to like 25 people to thank them, just for helping me. Then someone said, do you want to help the sound guy? I'm like, sure. Then they were like, do you want to help paint where Geshe Michael lives? I didn't know he lived there. I said, sure. And that's just going and going and going. I like serving, but I grew up in these courses. I love them. I absolutely love them. So they say when the Dharma catches your heart, you're kind of like, Pabonko Rinpoche in the Steps on the Path says, the fabric of reality has been torn, and forever, no matter what, you are now on your way.
I don't know, what do we need? I don't know, the tech people are doing something. So I want to say something else first about that is in the ancient language, what is a synonym for an enlightened being, a Buddha?
What, Muni?
Nope. Those are synonyms, yes. It's a protector, sure.
Able one?
Able one, sure.
Conquering one?
Conquering one, sure. Tunpa, yes. A teacher.
Teacher.
Right. Like an enlightened being is a teacher. Right? So, as Rob said, the once that fabric gets, once you enter in, you really, unfortunately, don't have a choice.
It's true, it's true.
However, we then need to start looking at why we are not, and why we think we can't teach. Okay, fine, you didn't go through the ACI certified teacher trainings and blah, 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 and you didn't finish your homework, Chloe. She here.
Slow down. I got yelled at.
She's working on her homework. The cause to be a teacher is not taking the training. We do the training to help give you skills. What kind of skills are you getting? The skills to overcome your obstacles to teaching. Right? Rosalia sat down, and we were talking earlier, and this is her first time teaching in English, okay? And I said, don't worry, it's okay. Look, if you don't know the word, just ask me, I'll translate for you, no problem, right? And she was like, okay, I feel confident. And so what did we do? We put her right in the middle, right? You see, it's like elevate others. Like, what are we doing in the 5 houses, right? If you look at the way that we set up our teaching schedule this time, it wasn't the superstars, all of them, right? Only, right? It wasn't just the teachers who have a lot of students. We're starting to say, oh, let's plug in newer teachers. Geshe-la's calling them new horses, like for the year of the horse, right? Like bringing in new people, showcasing them, putting them on the international stage, making them sweat a little bit, right? But it's really, the trainings are about, you have to look at what are your obstacles to teaching? Like, is it self-confidence? Is it a fear of speaking? Is it a fear of looking stupid? Or, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. oh, I haven't seen emptiness directly, so how could I possibly teach? I don't understand this three turnings of the wheel thing, like, you know.
Well, in the first turning of the wheel.
Right? But you what you know, right? And as you move, and then the other seed really is just practicing, like doing the things that Robin and Gibson were teaching you earlier. Those are also seeds for being a teacher. They're seeds to see emptiness directly, but they're seeds to be a teacher, right? And if you have that in your heart, just do it. Like, just put yourself out there. Look, first day teachers, first year teachers, we all make mistakes. We all fall on our face. I fell on my face in New York City. Not in the city, but in a class in the city. I got roasted. Oh, I failed so bad in that class. And now I'm licking my wounds. Got beat up in New York, right? That's why I'm wearing a New York hat right now. But you learn something, right? And maybe something I said in that class helped somebody 10 years later. You know, so, do you want to say something? Looks like
Última cosa.
Última cosa.
The best way to start teaching is to be a good example.
Can you say more about that?
More? Yeah.
Or did you just want to mic drop?
Yeah.
Right.
Next question.
The way to learn is to share. And when I first have the Diamond Cutter, it is not the same Diamond Cutter business book for me. Because the day I read it, I said, wow, a lot of amazing idea in this book. And I keep sharing. 1 year later, I opened again. It's become a totally different book. And I believe when you become the official ACI teacher, you want to prepare yourself. You want to have a knowledge. And that knowledge definitely not coming from you read a lot. That is coming from you share. You want to share to other people. Even that is incorrect. But that incorrect percentage will become less and less. And you will become joy when you see the same content, but they are not the same content. Because they are also the numinous image coming from your see by how you're treating other people, by what you share to other people in the past. So in the Diamond Cutter, when the Lord Buddha asked Subhuti, say, is this the perfect book? And Subhuti said no. And because it is not a perfect book, so you can say it is a perfect book.
That's beautiful. So another thing I want to share is, for me being an unconfident teacher prospect, I loved the encouragement I heard this morning from Rob saying to just share what we know and just confess, I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but this is what I do know. And to just share, because that is planting the seeds to teach. And then what really sold me was our attempts at teaching are the causes to have a teacher close to us. Boy, that was a big selling point for me. So just share what we can share that I don't know what the heck I'm talking about really, but this is what I do know, and rejoice that you're planting the seeds for your teacher to be close.
We're going to grab another one online.
Cool. So we have Vivi asking the following. Dear teachers, I would like to have your advice. For my question is, what seeds do I need to start building, planting, and developing? What seeds do I need to start building and developing an education company by using the seed system? Thank you so much.
To build an education company?
Yes.
Give money to the 5 houses.
Support another education company.
Right, support another education company. But
there's an educational company starting over here, actually. If you're looking for someone, right? He has his company.
yeah.
Yeah. Can you give one piece of advice for starting an educational company? Miss Wynn can translate.
Một cái công ty giáo dục thành công thì nó cũng đến từ hạt giống, và cái cách để mà trở thành một công ty giáo dục thành công, hãy gieo hạt và hãy xây dựng hệ thống gieo hạt giống để mình có thể nhìn thấy cái doanh nghiệp của mình thành công ạ.
An education company is also coming from a seed, and we must use the seed system to build the company by helping the other company the same way. Thank you.
Who does he help? Not to put him on the spot, but...
Dạ, hiện tại thì I try to plan a system to plan a seed, and now I plan a midnight, AOL, and some organizer in Vietnam. I try on my best to share the Vietnam to help them.
Beautiful. You're also helping with the documentary, right? The documentary film? Wasn't...
Yeah.
He's sneaky. He's always helping everyone.
No, but seriously, that's if you want to start something, look for someone who's starting something similar or support them. Like what did we see yesterday? We actually this morning during the mixed nuts class, we saw the loan agreement that Geshe is giving money to the competitor cafe down the street, so that Peachtree can be successful. I mean, I don't think he's doing it just for Peachtree, but you see, like, support others who are doing the same thing. So I made a joke about giving money to ACI, but support whomever is doing something similar. It doesn't have to be the Dharma. It doesn't have to be us, you know. And it's so simple. It's kind of, we forget so often. At least I do. I have a friend who wrote me in end of October, beginning of November sometime, and was like, I'm having all these health problems, blah, 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 blah. Like, this is what's going on. And I was like, literally, they're the same exact things I was having. Like, I was blind to it, right? I couldn't see that what I needed to do was help someone else, and an angel appeared to say, look, I got the same problem you have. Help, you know, right? And that's the thing, we lose this, we forget. And that's why, as I think what Rob said was before, it almost made me cry, is that we need friends. We need each other to remind us, like, you know, when we're having a difficult time, our friends to reach out to, you know, to reach out to friends, or hopefully they reach out to you and support you in the way you need, right? Maybe you need a hug. I had some friends help me this week, you know, but they reminded me what I needed to do, right? Like, the seeds are ripening, can't stop those seeds from ripening, but how do I change it, right? And I think that's the key, is to have community, have friends, that's what we're trying to do here at Five Houses, is build strong communities of people who share a similar idea.
Thank you for that.
In the room.
Tatiana. No.
Thank you, teacher.
Geshe Michael said we should practice meditation at least 1 hour per day. But I found many meditation lessons. For example, 101 meditation project. So how can I choose the meditation lesson to focus for the goal to see directly emptiness? Yeah, thank you.
Well, you know, I was saying before, I felt overwhelmed when I first started on this path because so much is being offered, right? And I think, first of all, we have to just take a deep breath and go, okay, I've been doing this for a lifetime or two already, probably more, maybe more ahead. I have plenty of time. Just pick one. And pick the one that you might, you know, have an affinity with, that might address an issue. Maybe pick a Tonglen meditation. Help somebody else make decisions about, you know, what they should do to best uplift their meditation practice. And just make a decision. And I remember being taught that we would do that one meditation that we picked until it started to feel dry. And then go ahead and pick another meditation. Again, based on what you're feeling is in front of you that you need right now. You know, it might be a 5-step plan. It might just be on the face of your teacher. Don't worry about picking the best one or, oh, you know, just pick one and stick to it until it feels dry and then pick another one.
How many people knew Ani Pelma? Not many anymore, right? Yeah, she was a nun in New York, one of Geshe Michael's early students. And I just showed up one day, and I didn't know any of this stuff. And she had a little place called Three Jewels in New York City on 5th Street. And I used to go in there and just, I was sort of moving away from my old life and my old friends, and I didn't really know anyone yet. And so I would go, and you'd walk in, and she'd give you tea, and I wish I could imitate her voice, but she had this really high-pitched, oh, hi, what's your name? She's always smiling. I have a picture, but she's like, are you meditating? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I went to the class. She's like, do you have an altar? And I was like, what the heck are what are you talking about? And she's like, hold on 1 second. And she goes to like this big cabinet and like opens the doors, and like, she's like 5'2". I don't even remember. Personality-wise, 8'2". Physically, 5'2". And she just reached up and got on this stair, and then she reached all the way up, and there's like this little gold thing, like this big. And she brings it down, and she's like, and she hands it to me, and she's like, go meditate in front of this. And it was Jetsung Kappa. Oh, is it gone? Sold. It was it's called a satsa. And so I went home. Oh, I said, what do I do? He says, ask for help. So I went home, and I had a milk crate that I turned upside down and put a cloth over, and just put that thing there, and I closed my eyes, and I was like, help, help, please help me, please help me, please help me, please help me. Please help me. And I'm not kidding. I just repeated that over and over and over. And I have to admit, after 30 years, I still do that. It's just, I don't know, especially on flights to Japan, over the large ocean, when there's turbulence. You're always like, oh, my mother. I know, I have a mantra, I do. I pray more on a plane than anywhere. I look over and Geshe-la's there, I was like, well, what do I do? And he's like, pray. I just started that way. That's it. I just asked for help. You got to have a teacher, period. No other way around it. Find a teacher. Identify a teacher.
That's what I wanted to say to you. Maybe you can start with the 7 steps for a while. And when...
What are the 7 steps?
The preliminaries, yes. And maybe you can start with another one with the preliminaries and the meditation that you want, and maybe a month or some weeks, and I don't know, just let it go and feel what your heart tells to do. I don't know, but start with the preliminaries.
I'm going to debate for a second. The first thing...
You said debate.
It's coming. What is the cause of being able to meditate?
Rosa. Where's Rosa?
She's outside the door. Oh. Ethics.
She told it in 10th year anniversary in the book.
Yeah. And you can do all of those things, right? You can, and the thing is the blessings that you get from a teacher, right? Like this satsa that Rob got from beautiful, beautiful being Ani Palma, right? Like, was the vehicle through which the seeds ripened that he was able to start meditating, right? But just having a picture of, you have to have the seed for that in the first place, and Rob had the seeds for those, right? He's had powerful seeds, and he's continued to serve a teacher ever since I've known him. And planting those seeds allow for your mind to change, right? And so this little guy here, this thing, the 6 times a day book, this annoying thing that we kind of feel like we have to do, right? Maybe it's the 3 times a day book. Maybe it's a 1 time a day book. Maybe it's a 0 times a day book. I don't know where your practice is. But to be able to meditate, you need to have a clear mind. You can't be worrying about things. You can't be worried about the thing that you said or thought. I got angry with somebody today, and I was like, it just flew out, right? And I'm like, well, that's going to be 3 weeks of shitty meditation, right? Right. So I'm like, okay, purify that. I apologized. I did my thing. And I wrote it in my book, and I'm like, that's good job, Tim. But I couldn't control those seeds either, right? And it's a matter of how we care for others is how well or how good our meditation is going to be, right? And the thing I'm going to debate a little bit with Rob, he said, find a teacher. He's like, no, don't find a teacher. Identify a teacher, which I think is a phenomenal viewpoint. Like, who is your teacher? Your friends, the people around you. Everyone could be a teacher, right? But I would say that, and, not a debate, and, it is about planting the seeds to have a teacher, right? And I think that seed of being like, who could it be? Maybe it was you. Maybe it was the person that I got about today. I'm sorry. Maybe they were teaching me something. Maybe they were teaching me I still had that seed in me, right? And then I was like, oh, it flew out. Oh, well, maybe if I don't replant that again and I'm careful with that, I won't have that anymore. So is my teacher Geshe Michael, or is my teacher my friend? I don't think it's an either or question. I don't think so. I think it can be both, right? And so I have a lot to say. I'm gonna stop there.
Geshe Michael love to point out a thing around you and make that as to connect an idea in the ancient text or philosophy. One of the things is he mentioned in the DCIG. He said, "Go look upon the sky tonight and watch the star." And you are not looking the star now because they already disappeared. Maybe millions of years ago, explode. So what is that? What is the connection between that and the teaching he want to mention is the thought in your mind. Like when I on the stage, I don't know what to share. There's always a thought coming here, and that is not because I'm smart. Not that is because because the seed that had been planted maybe 10 years ago, and not randomly, it just happened here. So if you want to have a good meditation, you can start to planting just like Tim say, to have a peaceful mind by taking care of other people's mind. And this is Crystal Lake Life Tool. So tonight, when you look upon the sky, see the star, and you relate that to your mind, and you say, "Oh, I am going to take care of other people's mind, and I will have a good retreat."
Beautiful.
And Sophia.
Thank you. I'm from China. My name is Sophia. I yesterday Jesla say the purpose of our lives is to be happy. Actually, I'm very happy from my inner. Chinese New Year just passed. I'm here for volunteer. I'm very happy, but at the same time I also feel a little bit guilty and selfish because I'm only child in my family. My parents is old, and my father have the Alzheimer. So I feel selfish not celebrate the Chinese New Year with them, and I really need my peace. I really want to learn some wisdom for my life. I want to help myself, and I also want to learn more things, help more people. So I don't know how to say. When I think about my parents, I will feel guilty and selfish. As other people told me, it's not from my inside. Maybe people talk like a hypnosis, and I also feel the same way, maybe 50% like that. But I love to traveling, to meeting new people, feeding my spiritual. So that's why I live in India. I feel good. I feel home. China not my home. I love China. I love my parents, but I like a little bit confused. Where is my home? Where is my way? I know I'm on the way and I have a good seat. I'm here. I never join any class, ACI or DCI course, and I'm here for volunteer and join this retreat. Thank you. Thank you, my good seat. Yeah.
Thank you and congratulations to be volunteering. I started volunteering since the first day that I knew the Dharma. Well, about your question, I was talking about that with Anna Ruth, who's here. She's a mother of three kids and 2 babies. And I told her that for me is a very, ¿cómo se dice? valiente,
Brave.
brave to be here, and the most powerful thing that she and everyone can do for our family, for our kids, for our parents, for our friends is to be here and to dedicate all this time to study, to thinking about perceiving the emptiness, to helping all the people. And so, congratulations to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm thinking too, I understand that conflict. And I'm reminded of Master Shanti Deva's words, to start small in taking care of others, you know, start with vegetables before we start giving away houses and, you know, cars and what have you. Start small and really feel that you're doing the right thing, leaving your family. It's hard, I know, but you need these skills that we're learning here, how to really help people, which is you were saying, you know, we've got to see emptiness directly. We've got to become enlightened ourselves in order to become able to help. So you're doing good, and you'll learn ways to reach back and take care of your family in China as you proceed in your own growth.
Thank you.
You will.
One of the practices I have is I try to think about what future me wants. Like, what does future me want to look like? Right? So like simple things, like I have a weekly class where I have to do homework, right? So I try to do it now, like right when the homework shows up. So then when the class happens a week later, future me is like, oh, thank God, past me did a really good job. Like past me took care of future me. Past me was thinking about future me's needs, right? And so, but you can also think about right now, like where you are is coming from, all the beauty and all the conflict is coming from past seeds, right? So you have this beautiful opportunity to travel the world. You have this beautiful opportunity to study. You're moving, you know, you're going from country to country. You have all these beautiful things that are happening for you, right? And then there's this conflict, right? With you're like, well, I should have this relationship with my parents, or I should take care of them in a certain way, or the guilt that comes up. The guilt that's coming up is also coming from a past seed, right? So what I try to do, you know, I've worked really, really hard to improve the relationship I have with my parents, you know, but I also know what trajectory my life is on as well. And what's ended up happening is I've been helping people with their relationship with their parents. Like when they have conflict, they're not able to talk about something, or they're ashamed of something, or they're worried that their parents are going to be upset. Helping them, coaching them through those conversations has resulted in a beautiful shift in my relationship with my parents, where I can be honest and authentic with them and say, well, this is who I am. This is my life. This is the choices I've made, and this is why I'm happy. And you made me. Look, you know, there's nothing greater joy for a parent than see the happiness of their children, and to see the success, because they started, you were this big. You know, I don't know, maybe, I don't know how big you were when you were like tiny, right? And they took care of you and made you into the success that you already are. You know, so think about how you would want it to be in the future, and start taking care of future self now.
The mascot is growing in the back screens.
Yeah, well, that's...
I'm seeing more and more of them.
Gina, we're going to make the mascot. We have to name it. We got to have a name for the mascot. Any other questions? We have 5 more minutes. Online, let's do online. We just did in here, sorry.
So, Nguyen Khan asks, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, I would like to ask, when receiving the diamond vows, enlightenment will be attained within 16 lifetimes at the latest. I have this idea. What do you think? To keep my vows pure, I would like to live in a deep forest and remote mountains instead of doing everyday work. In between parentheses, they write, helping others in the hospital. Close parentheses. Because in a normal environment, it's easy for me to violate or break the vows. What do you think about this method?
Sure. Well, you know, that's exactly why they set monasteries up far from towns. You know, thinking that would help us keep our vows better. Unfortunately, you know, it's not just proximity to a town or to other people that empowers us to break our vows. We do it mentally far easier than with direct contact. So consider that in your strategy. It's not really going to support your goal. And I think the people around us, keeping ourselves surrounded by people, is going to accelerate your achievement of your goals, because we're going to be learning from ourselves. They're your mirror. They're going to be showing you your mind, as we say, based on how they're behaving in front of you, you know, because it's not coming from them. Having them in front of you, you've projected them in front of you. They're a luminous image of you based on how you've treated others in past. If you've got someone screaming at you, gosh, where did that come from? And if you're all by yourself out in the forest, I don't know, I think you're missing opportunities.
When I was doing a retreat here at Diamond Mountain, I was in the back 40 in Earl's Cottage. Beautiful cottage, perfect place for extended retreat. I like the outdoor bathroom, some people don't. It's a particular flavor, I guess. And I'm like, yes, I'm finally going to have peace and quiet. Have you ever been to Diamond Mountain before? It's loud, the wind is loud, and for some weird reason, as soon as I got into retreat, this weird vibrational hum was in the entire valley. It was low, it was like, and it started at sunrise and ended at sunset. So, if you think going into the forest is going to be a place that you're going to be able to avoid your negative seeds, forget it. It's the same thing of like leaving the job because the boss is an asshole. And then you're going to find that same boss somewhere else because you still have the seeds coming out, right? And the other thing I would say is like, look, we put so much pressure on ourselves to keep our vows perfectly. Whether you have 10 or 31, or you have 64 plus 10 plus 21, or you have 362 plus your diamond way vows, like, it doesn't matter how many you have. And actually, the more you practice, the more you tend to want. It's weird, okay? But the point of them is not to be a perfect being. If you were perfect,
you wouldn't be here.
you wouldn't be here and you wouldn't need them. They're perfectionizers. They're helping you become a different person, a changed person. The number of, not serious offenses, right? But like the number of vows that I've broken is extraordinary. Because you're practicing, you're changing your mind, right? If you got your Diamond Way vows after you take empowerment in October with the 5 houses, and you get all of them, right? And you keep them purely for 16 straight lifetimes without a problem, you didn't need the vows in the first place. Okay? That's my opinion. Like, purity comes through the practice, And I would say, I think it's kind of a funny question, and I think it's a beautiful thought, and I'm not making fun of it. But there's something else. Why do it in 16 when you can do it in 1? Why waste your time?
You just heard that yesterday.
Yeah, why waste your time? Seriously.
But I have a special announcement about...
Microphone's up to your mouth.
Thank you. It doesn't work even when I do this. Thanks. Man, ooh, this one I can hold far away. All right, that was awesome. Thanks, you guys. Q&A, great questions, great answers. We have another special day tomorrow, and I just want to remind you of the schedule. There will be 2 shuttles. The first one is at 6:45 for people who want to come down earlier in the morning, and for people who want to take refuge or bodhisattva vows or receive the blessing of witnessing the ceremony if you're not quite ready to take the vow yet. And then the second shuttle is at 7:45. So there's 6:30 and 7:45 shuttles. 6:30 a.m. and 7:45 a.m. shuttles. And then we'll continue with the day, yoga, meditation, and classes. Have a great evening, happy dinner, happy life.
Thank you, everyone, for joining the Q&A sessions. We hope that having your gratitude, reflection, and connections to everything that you've been received throughout the retreat. Thank you for being here with the ACI 5 House, and see you next time at the meditation. Enjoy. Bye for now.